That was embarrassing hockey by the Chicago Blackhawks tonight in Buffalo as they lose 9-3 to the Buffalo Sabres, the worst team in the NHL, and the Hawks get embarrassed. The only two players on the Hawks that truly showed up to play tonight, Connor Bedard and Tyler Bertuzzi. Everyone else just did not come to play. This was something I was worried about after last night's collapse in the third period against the Seattle Kraken, where the Hawks blew that game in the third period after questionable missed penalties and questionable call, no icing by the refs. That led to the Kraken to get into the game. And then tonight, they go into Buffalo and just get completely embarrassed, losing it 9-3 in Buffalo. That's unacceptable. That is not how you play hockey. That is not how you go out after blowing a game 24 hours ago. I get it. This team's still young and trying to figure out how to play. But the way they played the first month in pretty much 2 months at this point prove they can be a good hockey team. But tonight, they fell back and looked like a team that didn't know how to play hockey. They look like the team we saw last year that had bad vibes on the ice and not doing much of anything right. That's what I saw tonight. They played bad, they didn't have anything going, and, well, it showed on the scoreboard. Shots per period, 6-15 in favor for the Sabres in the first, 7-8 in favor for the Sabres in the second, 10-7 in favor for the Blackhawks in the third. Total shots on goal, 23-30 in favor for the Sabres. Another part of the game, faceoffs weren't good at the dot. Hawks going 44% at the dot. Power play, the Hawks went 1 for 2. Also, Buffalo went 1 for 2. There were some missed calls in this game as well. 49 seconds into the game, Bertuzzi took a high stick, and the ref decided that wasn't a high stick. That wasn't. What the hell are you watching? You were right there. You could have saw it. And then later in the game, Ryan Donato gets freaking tripped and stiff-armed on ice by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, who should have been penalized for that, for interference, because Donato was going to have a rapid round goal, definitely. So let's get into this, because the Hawks gave up 9 freaking goals and they only scored 3. So 12 goals to cover in this game. In the first period of play, it started out okay. The Hawks just look like the team on a second of a back-to-back. They're getting outplayed. They aren't moving the puck well, but it's 0-0 midway through the first period of play. However, then the Sabres get their opportunities, and they were able to just make the floodgate wide open. 13:57 in the first period, Josh Doan gets his first of the night, 6th of the season, assisted by Thompson and Tuck, to make it a 1-0 game for the Sabres. And then 2 minutes later, the Sabres went right back down, and Zucker scores his 5th of the season, assisted by Quinn and Dahlin, to make it 2-0 Sabres. So, in a matter of 2 minutes, the Hawks are already down, because this team just looked way off to start the game. Buffalo was cycling. Hawks only had 2 shots on goal at this point, and it just looked way off. And then the Hawks get penalized, and the Sabres take advantage of it. At 17:33 in the first period, Bowen Byram scores his 4th of the season on the power play, assisted by Tuck and McLeod, to make it a 3-0 game for the Sabres. At this point, I knew the Hawks were going to lose the game. They don't know how to. They look like they don't know how to play defense out there. They look like a loss. They don't know. They look, frankly, like they don't know how to play hockey. That's how bad they were playing in the first 15 to 17 minutes of play. However, the Hawks were able to get on the board right after this Byram goal, and it comes via a backhander. At 18-12 in the first period, scored by number 59, Tyler Bertuzzi, his first of the night, 11th of the season, assisted by number 6, Sam Renzel, and number 98, Connor Bedard. This was a good cycle play by the Hawks. They get an opportunity. Bertuzzi up front of the net, puts it in. Hawks lead. Hawks don't lead because they never did, but they are on the board. Maybe some momentum coming their way. Nope. They do get a couple chances after, but they don't capitalize. We go into the second period of play, and well, it's all Sabres to come out of the gates. At 5:42 in the second period of play, McLeod scores his 5th of the season, assisted by Zucker and Timmins, to make a 4-1 game for the Sabres. And then just 8 seconds after this goal, right after, Samuelson scores to make it a 5-1 game. So in a matter of 8 seconds, and the Sabres make this a 4-goal lead easily. In the first 5 minutes of play, the Hawks just come out doing a lot of the same stuff they were doing in the first. Turn over the puck, don't play hockey, and they let in a goal. And, well, they gave up 2 goals in 8 seconds here in the first 5 minutes of play of the second period. And so I'm like, okay, we're definitely getting our butts kicked. We're not playing hockey. They're playing like they aren't playing. That's frankly how it is. They're turning the puck over, giving the puck up, doing nothing for themselves to get back in this game. However, at 14:55 in the second period, scored by number 72, Alex Vlasic, his second of the season, assisted by number 20, Ryan Green, and number 6, Sam Renzel, to get the Hawks their second goal of the night, and it's a 5-2 game. This goal by Vlasic, he shoots the puck. I frankly thought Bertuzzi tipped it up front of the net. He did not. And, well, the Hawks are within 3. But that doesn't mean anything, because at 17:39 in the second period, Josh Stone scores his 7th of the season, second of the night, assisted by Dahlin and Tuck, to make it 6-2. So the Hawks look like they get momentum, but then they give up a goal right back, and the Sabres take advantage. They end up going into the third period with a 6-2 lead. Hawks are on a power play to start the third period of play off, and well, they capitalize on it. At 24 seconds into the third period, scored by number 59, Tyler Bertuzzi, his second of the night, 12th of the season, assisted by number 98, Connor Bedard, and number 91, Frank Nazar, to make it a 3-goal difference. Okay, well, now we have something. We're a good third period team. We do play well third period. Maybe some momentum coming. The Hawks, well, they've come out buzzing. They had a couple more chances. Donato should have had a power play, because Donato literally gets tackled by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, and the ref's looking right at it. It's like, that's not a penalty. I don't get that. Refs, do better. This is the second night in a row you guys have done terrible officiating. But it doesn't matter. The Hawks played like crap tonight. I have to say it multiple times. They played like crap, because at 1:15 56 in the third period. Tage Thompson scores his 11th of the season, assisted by Tuck. This comes right after that missed penalty that should have been called, and the Sabres just completely just finish this game off. And at 7:07, Jack Quinn scores his 4th of the season, assisted by Byram and Zucker, to make it 8-3. And at 16:22 in the third period, Bryson scores his 1st of the season, assisted by Greenway, to make it a 3-9 game. This was a terrible hockey by the Blackhawks. They lost 9-3. That's unacceptable. That's embarrassing. And now you go back to the United Center Sunday night against a team who's only lost one game in regulation time, the Colorado Avalanche. They got to clean their hockey up because you get a day off and go back to the UC on Sunday against the Colorado Avalanche. That's going to be a massive test. Do they come back playing ticked? Or do they lay another egg out on the ice? Down in the comments down below, I want to hear what your thoughts were on tonight's action. I'm frankly embarrassed how this game went. And thank you for watching the broadcast. I know you did not enjoy the outcome. Hawks lose 9-3 to the Buffalo Sabres. And well, you have 48 hours to clean it up, Hawks, because you play the Colorado Avalanche Sunday night.